gusto natin yung closing or hit natin yung closing or follow-up, wala tayong choice. Kailangan talaga natin siyang pag-aralan. Am I clear, Mr. Host?
Yes, coach.
Okay. Kasi
Clear.
sabi ng unstable daw. Okay. So anyway, we have to identify the decision maker. So amateur convinces professional sorts. Okay, yung iba kasi medyo pushy na kasi baka wrong client or hindi pa hinog or hindi mo pa masyadong na build yung rapport mo sa kanya kaya hindi talaga mag-close. Yung professional kasi they sort. They look for the right client. Okay? So amateur say, what do you think? 'Di ba? So yung what do you think kasi na word, parang nag-i-invite ka ng criticism. Sino ba yung nakapag-ask sa mga clients nila? So, anong tingin mo? Di ba? So, don't do that again, okay? So, knowing the decision maker is very crucial to a quick close. Many times, the decision makers will send someone else into the fire to learn all of the information that they can about your offer. So, actually, my point here is, for example, meron kayong client, as much as possible, kung couple sila, silang dalawa talaga. 'Di ba? Or kung sino ba yung decision maker sa kanilang dalawa, yun yung talagang kausapin mo. Kasi minsan, waste of time, hindi pala siya yung decision maker, tapos bigay todo ka na sa effort, tapos sasabihin niya, o sige, kakausapin ko muna yung provider namin or yung husband ko kasi siya talaga yung may pera. And then after that, hindi na discussan yung husband niya. So, siya yung mag-share sa husband niya about the opportunity na narinig niya. Siyempre, iba yun, di ba? So, right after the follow-up mo, sasabihin niya, ay, hindi niya gusto kasi ganyan, ayaw daw, parang ano daw, hindi daw ito, okay na business, parang ganyan. Kasi nga, shinare lang niya sa decision maker. Napapansin niyo, kung decision maker talaga ang nasharan niyo, mas mabilis yung transaction. Tama? So, yes, no? So we have to be careful about that. And of course, how professionals approach. Professionals in our business, they are emotionally detached. Again, no, during inviting, during prospecting, di ba? Parang emotionally detached, dapat emotionally nakadetach ka sa outcome. Also, sa closing follow-up, kasi minsan, after pag mag-say no na talaga siya, na-decline ka or na-scene zone ka, kung emotionally attached ka sobra sa outcome, mag-i-emo ka ng 1 week. And after 1 week, nalaylo ka. And after that, ayaw mo na, di ba? Kasi emotionally attached ka. So, if I were you, para mas mabilis, no? Yung takbo natin dito sa business. Once na decline ka, once na nag-say no sa yung parang na-scene zone ka or nag-say no talaga siya. So, pero ginawa mo na yung lahat, no? So, isipin mo na lang, it's not a no forever. Okay? And then move to the next client. Okay? So, wag masyadong mag-emo. Okay lang naman mag-emo ng 30 minutes. Pero kung 1 day, 1 week, ay that's too much kasi sayang yung oras. Tama? So, our goal is to let them understand ano yung gusto nating yung message natin sa kanila. They are very assumptive, 'di ba? And then they know people are joining them. Actually, parang yung confidence level ng mga professionals, no? Parang pagdating pa lang ng client, parang ina-attract na nila na ay ito pala yung client, 500 points to. Parang iniisip na nila, tapos ina-attract nila, ay mag-pay in to, ay mag-sign up to, ay 500 points to, ay 3BC to. If you keep on doing that, mas malaki yung chance kasi yung level of confidence na lalabas sa'yo, iba din. Alright? And then, of course, they're always prepared. Minsan, ikaw yung for example, ikaw yung mag-close ng deal or ikaw yung mag-follow up tapos sasabihin ng client, meron ka pang price list? Sige, titingnan ko yung mga points at saka corresponding products tapos I'll check if kaya ng budget ko tapos sasabihin mo, ay, wait lang ha, hihingi muna ako ng price list. Hindi ka prepared. Sayang, di ba? So sasabihin ng client mo, ay, parang hindi siya confident sa business na sinasabi niya, kahit price list, wala siya. Di ba? So you have to be always prepared. And then, of course, we act as consultants. Professionals act as consultants. Okay? So, eto no, but before we proceed, we have to check your belief level. Do you believe in the company? So from 1 to 10, I want you to type in, okay, sa chat box natin. I'm only using one gadget ha, so I have to, para i-close ko muna yung, okay, so you have to type in sa chat box natin, 1 to 10, 1 as the lowest and 10 as the highest. For example, sa company, anong level ng belief level niyo sa company natin? Okay, di ba? 10. Sa products, how about the products? No? So, from 1 to 10. Baka kasi pag nag-share ka ng mga products ng Yosana, tapos sinasabi nila na, parang yung confidence level mo, ay nakatry ka na ba ng products? How was your experience? Sabihin mo, ay okay lang. So, di ba parang hindi ka masyadong believe. So, syempre, hindi hindi bibili yung mga customers mo. And then, of course, the compensation plan. Parang may nakikita kasi ako na mag-share ng yung Usana, ng compensation plan. Pero nafe-feel ko sa kanila, hindi sila masyadong confident sa business side. Kasi parang mismo sila nagdududa. Okay? Actually, nafe-feel talaga yan ng clients nyo. So, if I were you, once you share, you go all out. It's either you go home or you go big, di ba? So if gusto nyo ma-close yung deal, confidence, the way you talk, it's actually hindi masyadong important na alam mo talaga yung complete ingredients ng products, alam mo talaga yung every detail na parang scientist ka na, no. Kasi yung attention span ng isang tao, hindi naman niya mag-grasp lahat yan ng mga facts. But kung kahit hindi mo alam na lahat ng mga product details or yung mga parang deep na ng mga information about the products, pero yung level of confidence mo and level ng belief mo sa company, sa product, sa compensation plan, sa mentors, 'di ba? Mafe-feel na yan ng client. So, meron kaming mga napapansin dati na mga bago, 'di ba? Yung mga bago sobrang excited. And kahit wala silang masyadong alam, ano nila, parang yung excited na, alam mo, ganito, ganyan, parang minsan stories na lang yung sinishare nila, pero bakit sila nakakapag-sign up? Compared sa mga Jurassic na, di ba minsan pag Jurassic na, nagla-lie low na yung energy, nagla-lie low na yung confidence, di ba? Kasi parang complacent na, tapos sobrang marami na silang alam about the products, ang kabisado nila yung compensation plan, pero walang energy. Tapos nagtataka, bakit hindi na ako nakakapag-sign up? Yung nagra-run pa ko ng PPPS, ang dami kong sign up. Actually guys, confidence and belief level. So, if you are one of the people na parang 1 year na dito or 6 months na or 2 years na, bakit hindi ka nakakapag-sign up? Check your belief level and confidence. All right? Okay, so next, of course, no, you have to check kung gaano ka din, yung anong level ng confidence mo sa self mo. Okay, so that's very important also. Okay, next. Yeah, no? So, what the client thinks. Every time may guest ka, ito yung iniisip nila. Kahit ikaw naman, yung na-orientan ka ng user, ito din yung iniisip mo. Is this real? Or parang yung sinasabi nila, real ba talaga to? Or can I really do this? I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm an employed ako. Tapos, or nasa nurse ako. Can I really do this? Or who will help me? So, hindi pa siya nagtatanong ng mga ganyan. Ito talaga yung ina-answer mo na mga top 3 questions sa closing. Okay? Like for example, is this real? Siyempre sinasabi mo, uy, 'di ba? Baka iniisip mo, is this real, 'di ba? Parang totoo ba talaga 'to? I know kasi yan din yung iniisip ko dati, yung na-orientan din ako ngayon sana. Alam mo, paano mo sinasagot ang mga ganyan? Mga stories, okay? Mga mirroring techniques, okay? So eto, mirroring is based on the powerful concept that people who are similar to themselves. Conversely, when people are not similar, it is more difficult to have a relationship with that person. Look, for example, sinasabi niya, can I do this? 'Di ba ano ako parang web developer ako tapos wala akong alam sa business, wala naman akong alam sa health. Uy, alam mo, I know, no, 'di ba, ano ka, programmer, parang nakikita ko sa mga mata mo na parang sinasabi mo sa sarili mo na, can I do this? Pero you know what? We have this one goal director. He is also a web developer. Tapos his name is Sir Ralph Sabadukia. Tapos alam mo, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. So yung stories kasi, story sells, facts tell. Tama? So yung time na na-orientan ka, mas naalala mo yung story ni Sir Nathaniel Sunyo or story ng speaker compared dun sa mga paano kinikita yung dollar or yung facts about Yosana or para saan yung Prof. Lavano, tama? 'Di ba? So you have to be a storyteller here. During the closing, yung closing natin, closing, no? Ano lang talaga stories lang talaga kung saan siya makaka-relate para ma-answer niya, ay, okay, so kung programmer siya, programmer din ako, tapos naging goal director siya, magiging goal director. So, pwede pala, kaya ko to. Okay? Okay, so I hope you're learning. So mirroring, take advantage on events. So this is the reason why we always tell you to attend events. We always attend you to tune in kahit for example, nasa work ka, pwede ka naman ano lang, if you're not, 'di ba? If hindi pwede ka naman makapag-tune in tapos mag-ano ka lang, mag-headset kasi dito mo malalaman yung mga stories ng mga speakers with or for example, HFO, with or without guest. We encourage you to tune in. Kasi hindi naman yung HFO para lang sa guest. 'Di ba? Yung HFO natin is para maka-learn ka kung anong story ng isang goal director na 'to para 'pag mayroon kang client na katulad niya, ma-share mo yung story niya. Okay, that's very effective. And of course, meetings, local, international gatherings. And this is the reason why we encourage you to attend all the events, whether paid events or not paid or free webinars. Kasi nga, dito tayo mag-grow. You are not, parang hindi kayo in-invite to attend trainings just for parang pero lang attendees, para lang merong mga attendees sa Zoom. No, it's for your own good. It's for your own growth in the business. Sa business, wala ding growth yung income natin. All right? So know the story of your coaches, know the story of your cross lines, diba? So take a selfie with an inspiring associate. If na-inspire ka sa kanya, you take a selfie for at least pag meron kang isang guest na katulad niya, ma-share mo, alam mo, na-meet ko siya in person, ganyan-ganyan. Alright? Hindi naman uso yung selfie ngayon kasi 'di ba online na. You take a parang screenshot kung nakausap mo, kung speaker siya sa isang webinar. Alright? So next, professionals ask leading questions. So ito yung when closing kasi, more on you ask them. Hindi parating ikaw yung nagsasalita. You use your ears. You ask questions. Okay? Did it make sense to you? 'Di ba? Example, pretty exciting, isn't it? Or 'di ba, sobrang ganda. Parang 'di ba, parang na-reinforce mo positively. Okay? Parang wala siyang choice to say. Parang wala siyang choice. Parang okay, yes, maganda, 'di ba? So what did you like best about what you saw? Is it the health products or the business opportunity? So parang meron siyang options. So mamimili na lang siya. Actually, I like both. Okay? So or ito, which package? One business center or three business center? So 'di ba minsan kasi I understand kung bago ka pa lang and then you ask parang sinasabi ng coach mo na, "Uy, i-follow up mo si ano ha, kung ready na ba siya." 'Di ba parang mayroon tayong feeling na bartang sa Bisaya pa maikog or maulong mag-uy mo mangutana kung card ba or credit kung cash ba or nahihiya akong magtanong kung business si three business center ba baka kasi feeling niya hino-hold up ko siya. I know that feeling because I've been there. But we are in the business, 'di ba? Hindi po tayo parang charity lang, 'di ba? We have to know what the client thinks. Kung hindi natin siya tatanungin, hindi natin malalaman, 'di ba? So you have to ask. So wag kang ma-feel na parang nangho-hold up ka kasi ganyan talaga yung business, 'di ba? Wala naman sigurong negosyante na, "O sige, we have to close the deal. So, sige text-text na lang tayo." Walang ganyan, 'di ba? Or message mo lang ako ha, parang ganyan. No, 'di ba? So kailangan talaga nating malaman kung ano yung stand niya. Okay, how would you like to pay, cash or credit card? 'Di ba, ganyan. So masasanay ka din. Okay, so next, ito din ginagamit din namin 'to. So right after the presentation, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 means zero interest and 10 being you are ready to get started now. Where are you? 'Di ba? Anything over 1 is good. What if nag-answer siya coach ng 3? Parang 'di ba below 5? So hindi talaga siya interested. No, anything over 1 is good. Okay? Pag mag-answer siya ng 0, move to the next client. Okay? So based on what you have seen, if you were to get started with this company on a part-time, approximately how much would you need to earn per month to make this worth of your time? Worth of your time. So kayo na lang mag-interpret nito kung kung ano yung 'di ba? How you talk, 'di ba? So you don't have to copy this word by word, 'di ba? Baka ma-weirduhan yung yung client mo. So for example, ina-ask mo siya tapos sabi niya, sige, pwede siguro mga 20,000 per month. Okay, 20,000 per month. So how many hours a day could you commit to develop that kind of income sa sinasabi mo na 20,000 per month? Sasabihin niya, siguro kasi ano ako parang nagwo-work ako 8 hours a day. So siguro I can give mga 2 hours or 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours a day. Okay. So how many months would you work those kind of hours in order to develop that kind of income? Okay. So siguro mga 3 months, pwede na siguro yun. Makukuha ko na siguro yung mga 20,000 per month, di ba? So ganito, if I could show you a plan on how to develop that kind of income, you were saying 20,000 per month with, for example, 2 to 3 hours a day or 4 to 6 hours a day in 6 months, would you be ready to get started? So sa mga ganyan kasi, you are letting the client decide. Kasi during closing, always think na you are a consultant. You are guiding the client to make a decision. Okay? So kasi 'di ba, kung kayo pa yung client before hindi pa kayo nayuyusana, 'di ba parang undecided ka tapos parang okay, ano ba talaga yung gagawin ko? So as consultants, for us to close the deal, we have to guide them to make the decision. Okay, parang gina-guide mo siya, magkano yung gusto niya every month, ilang oras ang pwede niyang mabigay. So, siya yung pina-decide mo. Okay, so next, create a sense of urgency. Some associates, nahihiya talaga sila pag magbigay na sila ng sense of urgency. But with our business kasi, as a normal human being, hindi tayo makaka-decide kung wala ding parang slight pressure. Do you agree with me? 'Di ba? Yung decision natin parang nakaka-decide tayo kung may slight pressure. So we have to attach a deadline to the deal to help the client an incentive to commit. So actually, maraming ways na hindi tayo magiging annoying, maraming ways na hindi tayo nag-hound ng client, pero nagbibigay tayo ng sense of urgency. Okay, this does not mean to rush the client. Simply, it means try to give them a little extra reason why your offer is the right choice, and the right choice is now. Why now? Okay? So, eto, smart positioning. Alam naman natin to. So, just make sure na genuine or you're telling the truth and you're not lying. Okay? So, sa smart positioning. For example, uy, I have this impossible client. Actually, nakausap ko siya kahapon. Tapos, di ba, last week kita nakausap. So, if I were you, if you will get the slot, pwede ko siyang malagay under sa'yo. So, ito yung scenario, ito yung mangyayari. So, di ba, parang pag ma-explain mo siya, pag mapapa-imagine mo siya kung ano yung possible na mangyayari, sasabihin niya, okay. So, minsan kasi hindi natin sila napapa-imagine. Kaya hindi din sila, parang hindi sila na-excited. Pero kung you will make time na explain sa kanya, tapos to let him understand, to let the client understand why now, bakit ako kailangan mag-make ng decision today? Bakit ngayon, di ba? So, kailangan mo talaga silang ipa-imagine. Okay? So, eto, number 2 is remind her what's his or her need as of the moment. Uy, di ba sabi mo, yung parents mo diabetic at saka hypertensive. Alam mo, yung mga products, ano talaga, parang beneficial talaga if makatake na sila. Kasi with our situation right now, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. O, di ba? So, at least ma-order na natin, tapos at least makatake na sila. So, mga ganyan. So, minsan kasi nakakalimutan nila, ay, kaya nga pala ako nag-yes sa invitation sa webinar kasi I want to know more about health or I want to know more about the health products. So, remind them, okay? So, of course, may mga promos and bonuses, yung mga free BDS kit, di ba? May mga ganyan. And of course, shipment of product. So, hey, di ba, sabi mo this week ka mag-enroll? I want to remind you na yung shipment of products kasi natin is every Saturday. So, if I were you, para masabay yung products mo, pwede natin siyang i-process on or before Friday or on or before Saturday morning para at least ma-include sa shipping. Okay? So, mga ganyan. No? So, next, show the plan. Okay, so of course, showing the plan part talaga yung iStory mo. So kahit bago ka lang, kahit 1 month old ka pa lang, kahit sharer ka pa lang, di ba? I want you to start making your iStory because that's very powerful. Hindi po necessary na kailangan ka maging goal director para maging parang maganda or inspiring your iStory mo. No. Di ba? Yung iStory mo lang naman is what is your background. Di ba? Kung housewife ba ka, BPO connected ba ka, or engineer ka ba? Tapos, who invited you? Tapos, how were you invited and what made you decide to join this business? Ganyan lang, di ba? So, dyan tayo magsisimula sa iStory. And then, of course, smart positioning. Tapos, kasi, pag ikaw ang nag-invite ng guest, yung trust ng guest na sa'yo. Actually, wala sa speaker. For example, yung mass presentation, kung ikaw ang nag-invite ng guest, yung trust ng guest na sa'yo, yung speaker, presenter lang siya. Okay? So, ikaw talaga ang makapag-close ng deal, hindi si speaker. Ikaw mismo, kung ikaw ang nag-invite sa guest mo. Kasi, gusto niya malaman yung story mo, bakit ka na-attract dito? 'Di ba? So smart positioning, bubble chart, 'di ba? I-draw mo kung saan siya pwedeng ma-position and the realizations, no? So actually this business is hindi lang naman puro money. This business would provide us the time freedom na hindi natin mabibili ng pera, yung health freedom, 'di ba? So yung mga ganyan. And yung leverage income versus linear, those are some of the realizations na kailangan talaga natin silang i-remind constantly. Okay? So, product computation. So, once naka-decide na yung product, this is very effective. You compute agad-agad. Okay, sige, yung ano pala, yung 400 points pala yung gusto mo. Sige, sample to. Ano yung mga products na gusto mo? Ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Di ba, ipakita mo sa kanya yung computation. Uy, actually, kulang ka na lang ng 30 points para maka-abot ka ng 400 points. So, ano yung gusto mo i-add? O, ito yung total niya, oh, ito yung ano. So how would you like to pay? Cash or credit card? Mga ganyan, diretso na, di ba? And of course, you set the next exposure kung hindi pa siya makapag-decide today. Okay, for example, sasabihin niya, okay, sige, how much is that? Mga 40,000, no? Sige, pwede bang kausapin ko muna yung, ano, for example, husband ko para at least ganyan-ganyan. So, kailan kayo mag-usap? Possible. Bukas. So, siguro on Saturday, pwede na kitang ma-follow up. Okay lang ba i-follow up kita on Saturday? So, if sinabi mo na i-follow up mo siya on Saturday, so, dapat sa Saturday, follow up mo talaga siya. Kasi don't worry, kasi na-inform mo na siya, natatawagan mo siya on Saturday. At least alam na niya. Okay? So, ito. Next, invitational. These are some of the invitational closing questions. So, when would you like to have this sent to your home? How soon do you need it? Which package would you prefer? When would you like to get started? So, mga ganyan. Katulad din that. At yung pinakita ko kanina. Tapos sa follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. Okay, ito. Sino ba yung natatakot na mag-follow up? Type 500. Pag pinapatawag ka na, for example, uy, tawagin mo yung ano mo, di ba? Yes, assumptive close. Yes, no, that's, ano, okay, di ba? So maraming takot sa mag-follow up. Right? Okay. So, let's continue. The fortune is in the follow-up. Okay, so do what you said you do. Exposure to exposure to exposure. Yung follow-up kasi hindi lang tawag. Hindi lang natatawagan mo siya, uy, nakadecide ka na ba? No. Yung follow-up, part din yung magbigay ka ng videos, for example, yung product talaga yung ano niya, concern niya, so magbigay ka ng videos about for example, kung athlete siya or magbigay ka ng videos about kung Spartan siya, magbigay ka ng video of Spartan or mga cell essentials na video or i-expose mo siya, i-invite mo siya sa mga webinars na open to guests, yung mga bridging events. Those are some of the exposures. Diba? So, or for example, meron kang client na agent din sa car industry. Para ma-expose na naman siya, pwede mong ma-set up one-on-one, for example, kay Coach Wawi para ma-expose or kung merong mga cabin crew or flight attendant, pwede mo ma-set up with Coach Joni for another exposure, di ba? Or kung si Coach Joni as speaker, pwede mo siya ipa-join, mga ganyan-ganyan. Okay? So, average of 4 to 6 exposures. So, condense the exposures for better results. So, eto, reality for pay and statistics, 2% join in the first exposure. So, yung mga na-excite, for example, I know exciting yung on-the-spot pay-in, di ba? So, but reality is, kailangan pa talaga natin i-master sobrang-sobra yung presenting, yung inviting, yung pag-marinate mo sa client, yung closing techniques, yung follow-up. Yun, nangyayari yung on the spot. But don't be frustrated kasi marami akong narinig na mga associate na kasi coach, frustrating kasi hindi nag on the spot. No. Kahit kami, hindi naman kami always nakapag on the spot. So, wag kayong mag-shortcut. You have to embrace the process, love the process, and learn the process. Okay? So, 2% lang talaga ang nag-join sa first exposure, yung mga on the spot. Okay? So, ano na talaga yan? At lucky day mo yan, di ba? So, 3% join on the second exposure, 5% join sa third exposure, 10% sa fourth exposure. Usually talaga, fifth exposure. So, you have to make 4 to 6 exposures. So, ito naman sa mga associate naman, 40% hindi naman nila na-follow up. Parang twice lang na follow up right after that, 'di ba? Hindi na follow up and nangyayari yan din sa amin before. So, meron kaming mga guests na very excited after the presentation and then hindi namin sila naisulat sa hot list namin yung mga qualifiers. So, nakalimutan namin sila may i-follow up. Siguro first and second lang exposure. And then after 6 months, na-presenta ng iba. Tsaka doon nag-register kasi mas aggressive yung nag-present sa kanya. So actually, kasalanan namin yun, hindi kasalanan ng present kasi hindi na namin siya na-follow up. Okay? So 25% make second contact and stop, 'di ba? Isa ako sa mga ganyan dati. And then 12% makes third contact and stop. That is why it's very important na meron kang mga hot clients na list. Kasi doon mo ma-monitor kung sino mong kailang i-follow up, ano yung feedback niya, mag-aantay ba ng credit card, magka-cash ba to, antayan niyo sweldo, mga ganyan. Okay? So, kailan siya, yung date niyo sa next appointment, na-expose mo na ba siya, how many times? Okay, so kailangan mo yan i-record. Okay, so eto. let them try the products, no? For example, nag-say no na siya, ay, wala pa talaga, as in, sobrang wala talaga kami resources kasi nag-try kami mag-borrow ng credit card, kaso wala, tapos wala kaming savings, mga ganyan. If, for example, 6 exposure na, tapos wala talaga, you let them try the product kahit bumili lang siya ng Cell Essentials. Kasi minsan, pag nag-say no, tapos okay, hindi mo man lang pinabili ng Cell Essentials, so parang nag-end na talaga. Goodbye, Philippines, okay? So follow up within 24 to 48 hours as much as possible. Or i-expose mo siya again within 24 to 48 hours. Kasi yung excitement ng isang tao, ganyan lang. Okay, minsan, excited siya ngayon, after 4 days or 5 days, pagtawag mo sa kanya, ay, hindi na siya excited, hindi na siya nagre-reply. Kasi 24 to 48 hours lang talaga excitement level, yung excitement ng tao. Okay, set up the next exposure. That's very important. Okay, so eto, tips. Be sensitive and know how to listen. Kasi minsan, for example, nagpa-follow up tayo, kaya na yung client kasi tayo lang ang parati nagsasalita, tapos hindi tayo nakikinig kung ano talaga ang reason, bakit hindi siya nga makapag-sign up. Okay? Kung hindi na talaga, for example, say no na talaga siya, don't burn the bridges behind. Okay? Baka it's a no today, but it's not a no forever. Baka 2 years from now, di ba, pag nagkita kayo, uy, naalala niya, uy, di ba, yung sana ka, I need the products actually. So, meron ka ba ngayon? O, di ba? Kesa, pag nag-say no siya, tapos binlock mo siya or hindi mo siya pinapansin, o, di ba? Okay, wag gano'n, okay? So, kung ma-hurt ka, wag gano'n, okay? So, tapos give dates and updates. Okay, uy, hi, di ba gusto mo yung meron kaming bagong product, ganyan-ganyan sa Celaviv, di ba gusto mo yung meron kaming ganito, ganyan. So, we give updates and updates. Some will join, this is the reality. Some will join, some will not. So what? Move to the next client. Hindi lang po sila ang tao sa mundo. So some of the associates here, parang nag-prospecting sila, tapos mga 30 names na yung naisulat nila, tapos nag-highlight sila ng 5, and then yung 5, in-invite nila, tapos nag-say no sa kanila, sasabihin nila, ay, parang hindi ako para dito, kasi marami nag-say no. Pagtanong ko, 5 lang pala ang nag-say no, tapos 30 lang pala ang sinulat na names. That is why, guys, sa prospecting and inviting, you were required to write at least 250 names. Kasi normal po na mag-say no yung 5. Even kami, in a week, hindi naman lahat nagsisay yes sa pag-prospect namin. Huwag kayo mag-surrender sa 5 lang na nag-say no. Okay? I-surrender mo ba yung vision or dream mo nakita sa business nito tungod lang ato nga 5 katao. Diba? Okay, tell me yes, tell me no, because I gotta go. So, if nagawa mo na lahat ng follow-up, nagawa mo na lahat ng realization, smart positioning, if mag-no talaga siya, then you move to the next client. Huwag kang magstay sa isang client, tapos mo ka sa kanya, tapos hindi mo siya matanggal sa isip kasi nga, ganyan-ganyan. No, di ba? Learn to move on, guys, di ba? So, pwede ba nating i-type na, okay, babasahin ko muna yung ha? Okay. Move on, alright, okay. So, meron kasing iba na parang nag-stop na din sila sa business, nag-quit sa'yo sana, kasi parang 5 lang nag-say no sa kanila, sayang, di ba? Nang dahil lang sa 5 na yun, okay, pandamay na 5. Okay, so, next, know what to do. So, these are, at ganito ang gagawin natin, possible enrollees and qualifiers. Anong gagawin natin sa kanila, yung mga possible enrollees and qualifiers? Invite to bridging events. Give dates and updates, encourage them to start ASAP. Yung mga qualifiers, yun yung ini-invite mo every time meron tayong bridging event ng Saturday. Or minsan ng Monday. 'Di ba? Yun yung mga qualifiers. Yung mga na-presenta na tapos excited sila. Pero naghahanap lang ng resources. Okay? How about clients with concern? Set a one-on-one appointment to address the concern. Yung mga clients with objections, yung clients with questions, 'di ba? So you set a webinar na one-on-one para at least kung bago ka pa lang, set a webinar with the client and with your coach para lahat ng questions niya ma-answer natin. Lahat ng mga objections niya ma-handle natin. Apply a mirroring technique. That's very effective. And of course, consumers and users, you follow up. For example, meron kang isang user na bumili lang ng essential sa'yo. Hindi yun end. Dapat may after sales. Okay? So for example, sasabihin mo, hi tita, actually it's been a month or it's been 2 weeks na nang-take ka ng product. So I would like to ask kung kamusta, how did you feel, di ba? So ano yung experience mo? So meron na bang mga ganyan-ganan? So kasi minsan bumibili sa iba yung mga suki natin or yung mga buyers natin kasi nafe-feel nila that you're not genuinely caring for them. 'Di ba? So, yung tawag ng customer care. So, yung mga ano namin, yung mga suki namin sa products, yung bumibili lang talaga sila ng products, hindi sila nagbe-business, inaalagaan namin sila for 8 years now. And kahit may Lazada, kahit may Shopee, kahit may gano'n, hindi sila bumibili sa gano'n kasi yung trust nila nasa amin na. 'Di ba minsan binibigyan namin sila, for example, during Christmas binibigyan namin sila ng isang pill box, 'di ba? So mga ganyan kasi you have to build relationship even sa mga customers and clients, sa mga users niyo, consumers and users niyo. At tapos may isang page talaga kami sa notebook or sa Excel namin na yun talaga yung mga suki namin for how many years na. Para at least every month tatanungin namin sila, "Ay tita, baka ubos na yung mga products niyo. We have products on hand," mga ganyan-ganyan. 'Di ba? So, send some product information details or health articles or mga bagong products, mga ano, at tapos you handle the detoxification reaction kasi minsan pinatake mo ng products, hindi mo in-explain before siya nag-take ng product na meron pala siyang detoxification reaction. So, pag-take niya, after 1 week, sumakit yung ulo niya tapos hindi mo siya na-explain, 'di ba? So, magsa-stop siya. Hindi niya na iinumin. Tapos 1 year after nagkita kayo, sasabihin niya, "Ay hindi ko na siya ininom kasi ganyan-ganyan." Kasalanan mo kasi hindi mo siya kinamusta. Okay? So 2 weeks to 1 month, kamustahin mo siya. Okay? So eto, dito na tayo, handling objections, 'di ba? I would like to emphasize this, that there are no sales without objections. And objections indicate interest. Every time may objections kayong nare-receive, that is leading you to para mag-close yung sale, yung deal. So huwag kayong matakot sa objections. It doesn't mean na meron siyang mga tanong, "Ay, what if ganito? Ay, alam mo, meron akong friend nagsabi niya ganyan-ganyan pala, pero bakit siya nag-stop mga ganyan-ganyan? Uy, bakit siya wala sa pharmacy or bakit siya ganyan yung marketing model niya?" 'Di ba? Tapos after, ay para pala siyang ano, pyramiding mga ganyan-ganyan. Tapos pag may mga objections na ganyan, nagsi-sin zone ka na. Tapos natatakot ka na, sasabihin mo, "Ay, ayoko nito kasi parang judge na ako ng mga kaibigan ko." No. The more objections you will receive, mas dapat excited ka kasi interested yung guest mo or interested yung client mo. Mas matatakot ka kung walang objection. Kasi pag sobrang silent ng client mo, actually, that means wala siyang naintindihan. Okay? Mas matatakot ka kung wala siyang reaction, wala siyang objection. Okay? So, ang mag-matter lang talaga niyan is how we handle the objections. Ako, mas na-excited ako pag may objections yung client. Parang, I will handle this objection. Parang mas na-excite ako. Okay? So, handling objections, it's normal and natural. Prospects want to sound smart. Do you agree with that? Yung kayo pa yung prospect, yung kayo pa yung guest, di ba feeling mo, gusto mo you want to sound smart. Sino bang mga ganyan during yung napresentahan sila? Okay? The more questions or objections, more likely the client is interested. That's what I'm saying kanina. The goal is to educate and be a consultant. Huwag kang matakot. Our goal is to educate and let the client understand. And then there is no good or bad experience, only learning experience. For example, meron kang client na very soplada, very maldita, or actually don't consider that as bad experience. Consider that as learning experience. Kung tatanungin nyo kami ni Coach Wawi for 9 years namin sa iyo sana, kung meron ba kaming mga guest na soplado, meron ba kaming mga guest na pilosopo, ay sobrang marami. Meron pa akong guest dati na smoker siya, tapos parang nasa-smoke siya sa in front of me while I'm talking. So, na-reprimand ko talaga siya, "Sir, I will not continue if hindi ka mag-stop sa pag-smoke mo kasi this is a presentation, a formal presentation na formal din kami nag-ask ng time mo." 'Di ba? Naranasan ko 'yan, 'di ba? So, and of course, reflex. Automatic 'yan every time na merong parang binibentahan tayo, parang for example, you sound like a salesman, automatic 'yan, meron talagang objection kasi reflex 'yan ng tao. So, huwag kang matakot kasi kung ikaw naman ang nasa sa shoes niya, normally ganyan din yung reaction mo or yung reflex mo, 'di ba? So, for example, sa mall, binibigyan ka ng mga flyers, for example, yung nagbebenta ng kondo, 'di ba minsan ginaganon mo sila? Ah, mga ganyan, 'di ba? So, rejection na 'yan, objection na 'yan. Okay? So, eto, concept. Use feel, felt, found technique. Okay, I explain ko yan later. Ask for clarity and don't try to win or don't try to argue. Meron na kaming mga associates before na nakikinig kami during their presentation, tapos nakikipagtaluhan na sila sa client nila. Don't try to win. Okay, don't never do that. And then ask leading questions. That's one of our techniques. Tell stories because 'di ba mas effective yung stories. And if I would you. So, ano natin yan, i-tackle natin yan. Objections fall into two categories. The prospect has limiting belief in their abilities. The prospect has limiting belief in network marketing. So actually, dalawa lang yan. May limiting belief sila sa sarili nila or meron silang limiting belief sa business natin. So, kailangan lang natin silang i-educate. Okay? So, first is you tell a story. So, for example, wala akong pera, di ba? Sino ba yung mga naka-experience na sinabihan ng mga guests na actually wala man ko'y budget karon or wala akong pera ngayon. Sino ba? Type 100. Sige. I will wait. O, diba? Marami. Okay. Ganina lang. So I want to tell you this na every time nasasabihin ng guest mo na wala siyang pera, that is not really true. Okay? So, every time na sinasabi nilang, ay, wala pa man ko'y budget, that is not true. Kasi kahit wala siyang pera or not, hindi naman talaga niya sasabihin sa'yo na meron siyang, actually, marami akong pera, pwede akong, di ba? Walang ganyan, okay? So actually, ito lang yung gustong sabihin ng prospect mo. I can't afford it. Ang ibig sabihin niya is, show me how I can justify spending this amount of money. Gusto lang niyang i-prove mo na may justice yung ilalabas niya na pera. Or for example, I have to talk it over with someone else or kakausapin ko muna yung partner ko or okay lang ba, meron lang akong kakausapin after this. I-consult ko muna ito. Actually, ang ibig lang niyang sabihin yan is give me a sufficient reason why to buy this so that I don't have to check and get someone else's opinion. Ganyan lang yan. So every time merong mga objections, huwag kayong maniwala. Meron lang silang gustong masagot mo. Gustong tanong na masagot mo. Okay? So, wala akong pera. So, paano mo siya i-handle? So, pwede mo siyang ganito. Feel, felt, found. You tell a story. Actually, no. I understand. Ganyan din kasi yung time na na-orienta din ako ng Yosana. Nasabi ko rin na actually wala akong budget nito. Tapos limited lang yung meron ng mga priorities, yung budget ko, tapos wala akong ganyan na, for example, resources, tapos wala akong credit card. Pero you know what? I was feel, felt, found. I feel that too. I feel the same way. 'Di ba? Feel, felt, but I felt, 'di ba? I felt the same way. Na-feelty ka, I felt the same way. Tapos, but I found out na if hindi ko ito sisimulan, tapos hindi ako maghahanap ng paraan today to start this business, baka forever ako magsasabi na wala akong pera. So, yun yung reason ko. So, yung ginawa ko, nag-borrow ako sa parents ko, ganyan-ganyan, na tell a story. Okay, para makarelate siya. Okay, sige. Tapos, eto, di ako salesperson. Uy, introvert man ko or wala ako masyadong friends, di ba? So, I'm not a people person. So, very common yan, objection. So, sasabihin mo din, you know what, ganyan din yung nasabi ko kasi di ba, kilala mo naman ako sa high school. Hindi ako, wala, yung circle of friends ko sa high school, yun din naman sa college ko. So, sabi ko, how can I do this if hindi naman talaga ako salesperson? I'm a nurse by profession, tama? So, naisip ko din yan. Don't worry, kasi I felt out, yung mga tao pala dito, even yung mga successful na mga entrepreneurs dito sa industry, is hindi pala sila salesperson din dati. And I found out na hindi pala kailangan na maging salesperson ka to be successful here. All we have to do is to learn pala the business. Tapos meron pang mga trainings. When I started, blah, 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 blah. O, diba? You tell a story. Tapos, pyramiding ba ito? Sino yung nag-offline pag tinatanong na ito? Type 500. Lagi pang ka, nanagid ko, pyramiding ba ni? Type 500. O, diba? Lagi pang utanan ako, offline din ka. Kasi natatakot ka na, paano 'to sasagutin, 'di ba? So, actually marami namang ways, how to answer this, depende sa inyo. So, puwede mong sabihin, "Wow, I think meron kang bad" bakit mo natanong 'yan? Meron ka bang bad experience about pyramiding or network marketing? Please tell me more. What's your story? I think meron kang mga hinanakit diyan, 'di ba? So, you let the client tell the story so that you can handle the objection more pa or well. Okay? Kasi minsan, pag nire-rebut tayo, ay hindi, hindi, parang ganyan, parang defensive ka na, di ba? So, you let the client share kung ano ba yung, ay, for example, sasabihin niya, ay, kasi meron ako nasalihan dati, tapos nagbigay kami ng pera, tapos after 1 month daw tutubo daw ng 30%, tapos after ganyan, tinakbo na yung pera namin. So meron talaga kaming bad experience sa mga ganito. Ay, ganun ba? Don't worry ha, kasi don't worry kasi marami din akong mga na ano thank you for sharing your story. You compliment the client. Thank you for sharing your story. I know medyo bad experience talaga yan, no? So nakaka-trauma talaga yan. But marami din ako mga friends na biktima din ng mga ganyan. But you know what? This company, akala ko din pare-pareho sila dati. Kasi first time ko din mag-join ng mga ganito. I thought pare-pareho lang sila. But sa pagkakaalam ko, USANA is listed siya sa NYSE. So you give facts kung bakit stable ang company. Kasi baka hindi lang niya alam how stable the company is. 'Di ba? Or for example na sasabihin niya, ay kasi meron akong nag-invite sa akin tapos iniwan ako, tapos ganyan-ganyan. So actually, yung bad experience niya sa ganitong industry, hindi naman talaga sa network marketing industry. Meron siyang bad experience sa particular person. Okay, personalan, hindi siya yung whole network marketing. So, pwede mong sabihin na, ay, upon hearing your story, that's very sad, no? I'm sorry for kung na-happen yan sa'yo. So, na-realize ko na yung bad experience mo is towards a particular person. So, hindi talaga yung whole industry. So, I'm assuming na parang, di ba, the moment na pumasok ka sa network marketing industry, meron ka talagang nakita na potential sa ganitong business. So how about na mag-start tayo for the second time around, pero we will work together. This time around, iba yung tao, 'di ba? So you dissect the story. Hindi yung parang defensive ka na tapos ang dami mo nang sinishare dyan. So you listen to the story muna. Or ganito, ay ano ba yung or ganito, pwede mo din i-handle 'to. Ay, pyramiding, ano ba yung pyramiding para sa'yo? Is it yung magbangga-bangga ng tao? Like for example, meron kang may isang tao, tapos may isang tao, tapos magbangga-bangga sila. Ito ba yung sinasabi mo? For example, sasabihin niya, yes, ay, alam mo, hindi yan ganito, di ba? Let me share. Ano, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Okay? Don't worry kasi akala ko din dati, don't ever forget yung feel, felt, found technique. Don't worry ha, kasi ganyan din yung iniisip ko dati. But you know what? I found out, ganito pala siya, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So, huwag kayong matakot pag sinasabihan kayong ganyan. Okay, wala akong time. Busy ka, ayoko. Diba? Sino ba yung mga na merong mga objections na ganyan? Wala akong time. Busy ka, ayoko. Uy, diligid ako ni Kaya. I think I can't do this. So, type 1,000. O, diba? Daghan. Kay common kaayo ni, 'di ba? So actually kung ingnan ka nga, wala akong time. So this is how you handle that objection. So wala akong time, busy man kaayo ko. Uy, ay lagi no. I understand, 'di ba? I know that nasa BPO ka, tapos meron kang anak. So I understand na parang makakasabi ka talaga na medyo wala ka talagang time. Pero you know what? Dati, yung the moment that na-oriental ng USANA, ganyan din yung iniisip ko. Kasi alam mo naman, di ba, nurse ako. Tapos, every time nag-graveyard shift ako, so pagod niyan kasi 1 week graveyard. So, parang sabi ko, kung gagawin ko pa to, parang paano na ako matutulog? Pero you know what? I found out na every time pala, after my shift, pag uwi ko sa bahay, parang nasa social media lang ako or nagwa-watch ako ng series or Netflix for 3 hours. I realized na hindi pala ako productive. So sabi ko, actually, I can do this if I manage my time well. So, yung ginawa ko, so after my shift, I do sana 2 to 3 hours kasi na-realize ko meron pala talaga akong 2 to 3 hours na vacant every day. Parang ibigay, ginugugol ko lang siya sa Facebook, sa Instagram, sa series. 'Di ba? I'm not getting any younger. So sabi ko, I have to be very productive. So I can do this on the side. So yung sinasabi mo is your story. So hindi siya offensive. Do you get that? 'Di ba? So ganyan, this is how we handle pag sinasabi lang wala akong time. Tapos na-realize ko pag hindi ko 'to gagawin, baka forever din ako makapagsabi na busy ako at wala akong time. Sa pagkakaalam ko dito sa'yo sana, hindi lang financial freedom, but mapo-provide niya yung time freedom na inaasam natin. Gusto mo ba yung feeling na you own your own time, tapos you can spend more time sa loved ones mo, sa anak mo, na hindi ka mag-worry kung absent pa ka sa work. Diba, ipapa-imagine mo na naman siya kung ano yung potential kung gagawin nyo yung business. Okay? So, next, networking ba ito? Actually, pareho rin na sa pyramiding ba ito? Okay? So, nag-gets na ninyo. So, ito, I am already a successful person. I don't need this anymore. Okay? Sino ba yung napagsabihan ng ganyan? Type 4,000. Diba? Masyok na lang dayon kapag iman kaging ana, no? Actually, I'm already a successful person. I don't need this anymore, okay? Sige, so how will I handle that, coach? So actually, ganito lang yan. I know, Tito, for example, Tito mo siya. I know, Tito, I know very well that you are already successful. That is why, kaya nga, lumapit ako sa'yo. Kasi you are one of the people na nagpa-inspire talaga sa akin to be successful. You're one of the people na I really admire, even yung maliit pa lang ako, kasi I look up to you na parang grabe, no? Parang ano ka talaga, parang isa ka sa mga tao na nagpa-inspire sa akin. That's why I'm here. That's why you are one of the first people na nilista ko talaga, nalalapitan ko. It's because you are very open to parang, I know you're very knowledgeable sa leverage or sa financial literacy kasi meron kang business or mataas yung posisyon mo. And then, sa pagkakaalam ko, Tito, parang open ka talaga every time may marinig ka na additional cash flow. Am I right? Di ba? Parang narinig ko dati na parang every time na merong opportunity to add cash flow sa life mo, parang open ka talaga. That's why I'm here. And I really want to share this to you. To know your perspective, to know your opinion, 'di ba? So might as well ako din makapag-learn sa iyo this time. Na naman. Okay? So usually kasi ang mga taong ito na parang mataas yung posisyon nila, successful na sila in life, 'di ba? They want to be parang maka-receive ng compliment. So you give that to the person, yung mga compliment, but make sure you're being genuine. Okay? Huwag yung plastic. Okay? So, na ano ko na to kanina, and I'm almost done. So, this is from Eric Worry. You don't need to be a millionaire to be considered a network marketing success story. The fact that you are making progress and taking charge of your life is enough. So, whether sharer ka pa ngayon, whether busy pa yung ano mo, yung rank, or 1 month old ka pa lang, the fact that you made as a decision to be in this community and then you're starting to take charge of your life, that is a story na. Okay? So this is also from Eric Worry. If you succeed in this business, it's going to be you who creates that success and not us. Hindi yung mga coaches mo, hindi yung mga mentors mo. Actually, ikaw ang nag-decide to be successful in this business. And if you fail in this business, it's going to be you who creates that failure and not us. The moment na yung mag-decide ka na mag-quit sa business, the moment na mag-decide ka, ay, hindi ko na lang gagawin sa'yo sana. So actually, hindi yan kami ang nag-create kasi nag-fail ka, but you decided to quit. Tama? You are going to be the difference between success or failure. You are the real performer sa stage sa business natin. We are here to guide you every step of the way, but we cannot do it for you. We are here to work with you, but not for you. All right, so I think I'm done. I will entertain some questions if you have. I hope meron kayong mga na-learn tonight, di ba? So, meron ba kayong mga questions? Back to our host.
Alright, so grabe, di ba? So ang daming learning for this tonight pala. Okay, so baka may questions you can type sa chat box natin or you can or unmute yourself, friend. Okay, so pwede po kayong mag-unmute if you have questions, especially on how to handle objections. Okay. I think
Sige,
walang
pwede.
questions.
Baka nag-type pa or nag-iisip. You can also unmute yourselves. If, ano.
Alright, so from Sir Biljan, tama ba Sir Biljan? You can unmute yourself, Sir Biljan. Okay.
Ito. Hi, good evening, Coach.
Yes, good evening.
Ay, ito lang. Ayun,
Nag-Tagalog
naka-answer
na
man ko
ka.
niya, pero tama din ang Bisaya to. Naka-answer man ko niya, pero medyo kulang. So, gusto lang ko maminaw sa imong kuan pod since mo po na mag-consider before, di ba, gusto ko mag-abroad tana. So, I have a client na siya, gitubag niya sa ko. Right after na lang siguro mag-abroad ko, kay take review po ko karon. Medtech mo siya, review siya for mag-take siya exam for US. Tapos IELTS pa dyan. Tapos ayun, siya.
Okay. So, first is sasabihin mo sa kanya na, yes, I do understand na parang meron kang nagduha-duha ka to start the business. It's because meron ka pang IELTS review, tapos ang parang sasabihin, parang gusto mo doon na lang mag-start pag mag-abroad ka na. But you know what? Everything right now is uncertain. And we have this associate in the business. For example mo ako, actually leader siya ngayon ng business. So, ganyan din yung story niya, nag-take din siya ng IELTS, ganyan. So, you tell, parang i-share mo sa kanya yung story ko. Tapos, right after, what if, no, if I could show you a plan, ito, if I could show, pagkatapos mo i-share yung story ko, if I could show you a plan na pwede mo pala siyang isabay while nag-review ka, would you be interested? Kasi pwede tayong gumawa ng game plan with my coach. Tapos ipapakausap mo siya sa isang coach para to show the game plan. Meron kaming proposal sa iyo na pwede mo pala siyang mapagsabay. 'Di ba? Did I answer your question, Biljan?
Yes, Coach. Thank you so much.
If I could show you,
Pwede,
blah,
pwede.
blah, would you, blah, blah. Okay? Very effective yung if I could, would you.
Tama, no? Thank you, Coach.
Sige. You're welcome.
Coach, I will from Miss
sige,
Jocelyn, Coach. Sige.
Ako na lang, pasahan. Paano nyo hinahandle pag sinasabi niya na friend ko nagyan sa kanya na lang ako? Actually, yung client talaga ang makapag-decide kung saan siya mag-join. For Miss Jecelyn, no? So, kasi pag nagmamatter talaga yung trust. So, just ask, okay, so, na-sharean ka pala ng friend mo, tapos, is she really active? Ganyan. So, parang kung decision niya talaga is dun sa friend niya, so we have to respect that decision. Okay? So, kasi at the end of the day, ang client talaga ang makapag-decide. So, from Miss Sharon, if may nagtanong commission-based ba to, what should be the reply? So you will kung commission-based, so sasabihin mo performance-based. Yung commission natin is based sa performance, not based sa number of hours na na ibigay mo sa company. So you don't have to worry kasi you don't have to do this 8 hours a day. So you will earn your commission based sa performance mo. Okay? So na-answer ko ba, Miss Sharon?
Yes, Coach.
Okay, so more questions?
Okay, Coach, may nag-PM sa akin. Ang sabi niya daw is, what if nagsabi na next month na daw siya mag-join?
Okay, so for smart positioning, pwede mo i-explain yan. Yung sinabi ko kanina na ipapa-imagine mo siya kung anong mangyari, ang possible na mangyari kung this week siya mag-join at saka compared next month siya mag-join. Actually, sasabihin mo sa client, you can decide naman na pwede ka naman next month mag-join, pwede this week. Pero actually, ito yung mangyayari. Kung this week ka mag-join, blah, 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 blah. But kung next month ka mag-join, sayang yung slot. Okay? So, ganyan. Ipapa-imagine mo siya, bubble chart, i-draw mo talaga yan, kung ano yung possible na, ano yung masasayang, di ba? Yung slot niya. Tapos, what's the difference, di ba? For example, pwede naman talaga next month. Pero kung kaya mo this week, mas better this week na lang. Tapos you tell a story. Kasi alam mo, dati, yung na-orientan ako ng Yusana, sinabi ko naman na, next month na lang siguro ako, pero nasayangan talaga ako. So right now, meron na akong mga associates down the line na hindi ko kilala kasi nilagay ng mga coaches ko. Kasi posible yan. Though it's not an assurance, but it's very possible na mangyayari yan sa'yo. So if I were you, ganyan, okay? How about, na-answer ko ba? Kung sino ba yung
Okay,
nagtanong,
coach.
Sir Dale?
Okay
So
na, coach.
from
Thank you.
Miss Blue. How about, Coach, if they will say, mas prefer ko ang fixed income? So, if siguro hindi mo masyadong na-explain masyado yung linear versus leverage, if yan yung sagot mo. But if na-explain mo, so pag na-explain mo talaga siya ng maayos, tapos hindi pa rin niya naintindihan yung difference between fixed and between linear and leverage, then sa kanya na yun. Okay. So,
Okay.
i-explain mo lang ulit.
Alright, so we have a last 2 questions for
Sure,
tonight.
sige, go.
But others, di ba? So baka may questions kayo.
Meron pa ba?
Huwag
Meron
mahihiyang
pang
magtanong.
sa right med. So,
You
but
can unmute yourself.
while you're thinking of your questions or while you're typing, picture na lang muna tayo para
Sige,
to
coach.
para magamit natin yung time. So please open your camera.
Alright, so let's turn on our cameras. So ako na lang yung mag-picture, coach.
Sige, Coach Dale.
Okay, so turn on pa na tayo ng cameras. Okay, di ba? So halfway na. How about others? Okay lang if nasa
Baka
work
nasa work
pa.
pa.
Okay, sige. So let's, okay, na-turn on na. So in the count of 3, so smile tayo. 1, 2, 3, and smile. Right, okay na po, coach. So may
Okay. So
questions pa?
sige, before we end. Wala na siguro, no? So,
I think
I
okay
hope
na, coach.
yes, I hope I was able to give value to your night tonight. And if nahiya kayo magtanong, if you have questions, you can actually send a message to us ni Coach Wawi para at least ma-clarify namin yung mga questions and or concerns nyo. No? So, guys, today, before na tayo mag-end, no? So, today is already Thursday. Pwede ba nating ma-type sa chat box kung ano yung goal natin this week? Kung yung CVP, dollars, okay? Like for example, $100 ang goal mo, so you type mo siya. Okay? So, gusto ko ma-remind tayo kung ano yung goal natin this week. Pwede ba natin i-type? Okay, si Jane, ang bilis, di ba? Mag-type. Miss Candice, $100, PPS. No, so how about the others? Please type in sa chat box natin kung ano yung goal natin. Kung, for example, kung wala kang na-type, that means wala ka palang goal. Okay? Kung if your goal is 2 sign-ups, you type 2 sign-ups. 2 sign-ups or finish PPS or $50 or $200, di ba? Okay, I can see here 2 sign-ups, $50. All right, first sign-up from my comeback. Wow, di ba? So, more, okay? Keep it coming. Okay? So, actually, gusto ko tong matanong sa inyo kasi minsan, midweek, nawawala tayo sa goal. Kung meron kayong maliit na whiteboard dyan or maliit na bond paper, ilagay mo sa wall mo, sa kwarto mo, kung saan nakikita mo lagi yung goal mo. Isulat mo siya, date, sa cut-off, tapos $100, ilagay mo siya dyan. Para every time gumigising tayo sa umaga, na-remind tayo sa goal natin. And I want to remind you na every goal has a deadline. Hindi pwede na paulit-ulit na lang na ginol set ka ng upline mo or ng coach mo na $100 ka this week. Tapos at the end of the week, hindi mo siya nakuha. Sasabihin mo na naman, next week pa naman. Tapos pagising mo, tapos na pala ang 2021. Diba? So every goal has a deadline. And since we are, parang diba, we don't have a boss here. Pero alam mo kung sino talaga ang pinakamalupit na boss mo dito is yourself. Yourself. Diba? So we have to hit our goals this week kasi na-realize namin, March na. Tapos, malapit na natapos ang March. Second quarter na naman. kamusta yung first quarter nyo, di ba? So we really have to be serious sa goals natin. So we still have this today, closing and handling objections at follow up yung goal natin. That is why Thursday natin siya ginawa because we have 2 days left para i-follow up lahat ng qualifiers, i-close lahat ng kailangan i-close, tapos i-sign up sila before the cutoff. Okay? So are you excited to end this week stronger? Stronger talaga. So type excited. Diba? Actually, nire-record ko yung mga goals niyo tapos i-check ko siya after sa cut-off. Screenshot ko to, di ba? So, walang mga kalusot. Okay, i-check ko kasi nakikita namin lahat yung ano nyo. Okay, so thank you so much everyone. So we still have 2 days. So it's not, hindi pa siya game over kung hindi pa 2 p.m. So reminder lang, wala na pong, ano na ba ngayon? O diba? Wala nang DST, am I right? So balik na tayo sa 2 p.m. cutoff. Thank you so much everyone and have a great night. And let's end this week with a blast. Thank you so much, Coach Dale, for hosting
Alright,
the
so
event.
thank you, Coach. Before po i-end, let's type sa chat box natin, thank you for Coach Jecel. Okay.
Wala pa yung Sanimals. I-ask lang na Sir Rafi sa Atom Corporate. na yung Sanimals si Will call Joni. Coach Joni. Salt Lake Frontier, Iligan City ang address. I-pick up lang daw. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you,
God
Coach.
Stay
Okay,
safe.
so thank you, everyone.
Ay, ang Chinkitande ha. Tomorrow.
Like a chain around the world, with not a link broken. Oh, oh. And a vision that is clear in every word spoken. Yeah. We're family and committed to open every door, show them what we offer can make the spirit soar. Spreading hope in every heart, and a million threads united. You cannot pull us